Hello, everyone. I'm here with a special guest, Dan Griffis. He's the president of global partnerships at Oakview Group. Dan, it's great to have you.
Nice to be here. How are you?
Doing pretty well. So I'll just hop right in here. Oakview Group is such a company that plays in many areas of the sports space and entertainment as well, from business development, global partnerships, facilities. I know you guys have ventured into security recently, and plays on the international and college level as well. Could you talk to me a little bit about the structure and then specifically global partnerships and your role within it?
Sure. So, we started Oakview Group about 5 years ago, and our North Star for the company was just to be a positive disruption in the sports entertainment industry, and we kind of kept that North Star very vague, if you will, because this industry pivots pretty quickly. But we always knew that we wanted to be in the venue space to enhance the fan experience in some way, shape, or form if we could. And that kind of manifested itself into a couple different things that really kicked us off. First is we created something what's called the Arena Alliance, where we stitched together 28 major market arenas across the United States to buy, sell, think, and book together. And that provided sort of the foundation of what we were trying to accomplish with the scale and the breadth of each of these teams and arenas, because I think there were 36 NBA and NHL teams that played in these buildings, not to mention all the music that flows through there, and then obviously other family entertainment events and whatnot. So we then expanded into more of a development phase, where we are now in the process of building 6 major market arenas around the world. We have another 12 in the hopper that we'll announce sometime within the next 6 to 12 months. And those are owned by OVG, but they have multiple tenants. Seattle, for example, has the NHL new team that we created up there in the Kraken. The Islanders play in our New York arena. We got the University of Texas men's and women's basketball that'll play in our arena in Austin, in addition to really music being as the anchor tenant to all of our properties. We're building all of these arenas with music in mind, and we see the next sort of decade in live music to be sort of this renaissance, if you will. So we're gonna try to take advantage of that as much as possible. Global partnerships is a division under OVG as a corporate entity. Our purpose is to link world-class brands with world-class properties, and so we started by doing a lot more third-party sales and marketing initiatives, and then we still do a few of those from time to time, depending on the right client. But we have spent a lot of our time selling, the assets and the inventory and the arenas that we're building over the last 18, 20 months. And so, we've been able to, I think in the last 12 months alone, I think we've sold maybe almost $1.6 billion in assets across all of our arena projects, which has been phenomenal. And we've done 5 naming rights deals in the last 12 months, and we're probably going to get our 6th year with the New Orleans Saints, who we're representing as a third party to help sell the Superdome. So we expect that to be done here in the next sort of 90 days, I would guess, maybe 100 days. But yeah, so we sell for ourselves, we sell for third parties, we consult on the marketing side for a lot of brands that come to us and ask for some help on the sports entertainment front. But that's the basics of what we do.
Yeah. The fan experience is such an interesting place to be in terms of developing stadiums and bringing them world-class brands. And I just want to quickly touch on what you guys did in Seattle with Climate Pledge Arena. It was really interesting to me that sponsorship had, in terms of naming rights, more components than a typical kind of just put the brand on and then see where it goes. And such a kind of effort into being sustainable and forward thinking as these stadiums are put up in the future. Could you just speak a little bit on what Amazon brings as a partner and how some of the tactics used in that stadium may be trends that we see in the future?
I mean, yeah, look, Amazon, there's a reason why they are considered one of the most innovative companies on the planet, right? They've grown in a way that focuses on reducing the friction for every customer who buys something from their site, right? Jeff Bezos is obsessed with that. If it enhances and improves the experience in some way, shape, or form, that should be the driving force behind most of the decisions that they make. Is it better for the end consumer? So we were very fortunate in the opportunity to come to them with an idea that was really, you know um, kind of a crazy idea to some people, but the reality is to say Amazon doesn't need any additional brand recognition. I think Jeff agreed on that, and that calling it Amazon Arena wasn't something that they were interested in, but by linking it up to a much more a larger philanthropic initiative like climate change and their investment into the climate pledge specifically, and trying to drum up support corporately to help companies make a commitment to a zero carbon footprint, and all the other things that happen as a result of signing the climate pledge. They're trying to make a difference, and they feel like this arena being in their backyard, the fact that we could tell an incredibly strong sustainability story within the arena itself and make it the first zero carbon footprint building in the history of sports entertainment, not to mention about 15 or 16 other things that we're doing to the building that make it environmentally healthy and safe and sustainable. So once we had the underpinnings of all of those, the right ideas, it was really Amazon's vision to and thanks for Jeff's leadership to see the opportunity here to create an awareness level in sports entertainment maybe that didn't exist before. And so we're going to raise hundreds of millions of dollars for the climate pledge over the course of the tenure of this building. The next 30 years, we're going to educate kids that come in. It's going to be like when there's no events in the museum or in the venue, it'll turn into a museum on climate change, and people will come through that building and learn more about what's going on our planet. And we'll have annual concerts that benefit climate change. Everything that's going to happen in that building, you will walk out of that building aware that what you're seeing that night on the ice, or whether you're seeing your favorite musician play, in some way, shape, or form is going to benefit the environment. And I think that makes us feel better about what we're trying to accomplish and what we've been doing. So yeah, it's been good. Amazon's an amazing partner.
Yeah, that's an incredible partnership. And it's awesome to see how stadiums now are kind of playing more into just a place to come to a game or two, but really a part of the community, whether that's being open 365 days a year to the outside, just to view into a practice or even go and shop around the area. It's a trend we're seeing a lot in sports, these entertainment spaces. Is that something that you guys are also diving into? I mean, we saw like the Hollywood Park, for example, is way more than just a massive stadium. How do you see kind of the future of stadium and area development proceeding?
Well, Tim Lewicki, who's our CEO, he pioneered it. LA Live was really the first major entertainment destination, if you will, in sports entertainment history, as far as I know. Madison Square Garden, just because it occupies the best piece of real estate probably for any venue in the world, but it wasn't built. The city built around it. It wasn't like it was nothing there and then they built something there. LA Live was really, to my knowledge, one of the first, if not the first, where you had a Staples Center, you had the hotel developments, retail, you had restaurants. It was a pointed destination downtown Los Angeles at a place where that the city downtown LA was really not in a good spot. And to go build something, to have a vision to go build something this large downtown LA at that time was a risk, but it paid off. And now, it's one of the top destinations in Los Angeles. It's arguably, with three tenants, one of the most important buildings in sports entertainment at Staples Center. So yeah, look, we try to, and I think Tim, with all the development projects that we have coming and have been thinking about, look at these types of opportunities as as something to create a pointed destination. So New York, in our project there with UBS Arena, we'll have hotels and retail and adjacent to the arena itself, and it will drive a significant amount of traffic to that spot, outside of just hockey games and music concerts and other things that happen there. So that's going to be a big deal. And Austin, just because it's on the campus of UT, doesn't afford as much of an opportunity. Seattle, there's some opportunities adjacent to the arena for us to go build something out. Maybe not to the extent of an LA Live, for example, but certainly some additional retail and hospitality options that exist. And then, yeah, as we continue to layer more and more projects on, you'll start seeing us, hopefully lean into some of that stuff where there's the opportunity. I mean, we're not going to force it, but it adds an element of 365-day a year utilization, which is key to making some of these projects profitable. So I think we've all come to see that they do work if they're done the right way and you have the right partners. And like I said, having Tim aboard, who pioneered all this stuff, it makes success a significantly higher probability than maybe working with somebody else, for sure.
I think we all very much look forward to getting out to some of these destinations. They just look incredible. And I'm going to wrap up here with like one or two more questions, to be respectful of time, of course. So when you're building out these larger sports and entertainment complex, how does that play into just additional opportunities for naming rights sponsorship? Maybe not traditionally as for a stadium, but areas kind of surrounding that. Is that a consideration in there?
It is. I mean, look, any brand wants to have more opportunities to have conversation and dialogue with the target consumer that they're after. And so if you can make it, a place where people come multiple times, again, not just to see a sporting event or a music concert, then yeah, for sure, that's of value, of interest to them. In some of those cases, like in Los Angeles with SoFi Stadium and the retail and residential development, they kind of separated it out into you can buy the campus, or you can buy just the stadium. There was a pretty high price tag to buying both. And it takes a special type of brand that has the kind of marketing budget and vision to want to spend it. But I think they were pretty successful with it, with Staples Center and LA Live, for example. When I worked at Target, I bought a sponsorship and partnership across LA Live. I was blocked out of Staples because of Staples, the company.
Yeah.
We become competitors, but I was a partner across LA Live's campus and was able to create a home base in LA with that investment. So yeah, the fact that it was, the Grammys were there, the ESPYs were there. There's other events that happen on that campus outside of just the normal stuff that goes on, is of value to brands. And it's certainly helpful in the naming rights conversations to have ancillary, property and more global events that happen there.
And then my last question would be just quickly some advice for people looking to get into the industry, whether that be global sponsorships or sports. Anything you could offer would be fantastic.
Yeah, look, my biggest piece of advice is, that you want to surround yourself or work for people that have a history of actually getting things done in the industry. there's a lot of people in sports entertainment that talk a lot about the things that they do, but they haven't really done anything. They're on the periphery of a lot of things, but they really haven't done anything. They were leaning on a whole bunch of other people that actually did stuff. So my best piece of advice is early on in your career, and as much as you can, later in your career too. You got to be around people who can actually get things done, uh, who are visionaries in the industry, and being around those people teach you the type of hustle that's required to get something done. The perseverance, the creative thinking. The fact that you have to just push through and figure out a way to make it successful. And so there's an entrepreneurial spirit to all those same folks. And I've used that as a baseline for my career, and I've been around some amazing people, and it's taught me a lot of things about how to be successful in this industry to some extent. And Tim and Irving are no stranger to that. They're both very prominent and visionary in their roles in this industry and what they've been able to accomplish. So I would say that's one of the most important things. I mean, you just be around people that are doing good things and are capable of doing good things, and then learn as much as you can from them. So that's probably my biggest piece of advice. And like I said, it's they're all stepping stones to something much greater down the line. So suck up as much experience as you possibly can early on to just be around things that are happening, and good things will happen in your career long term.
That's a fantastic piece of advice for sure. Dan, we really appreciate you taking the time to come on, and thank you so much for sharing
Yeah,
all this information, and
absolutely.
wishing you the best. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thanks, Dan.